Hello there, this is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, and let's have a look and see what we can do with drafts with getting a new action into the action list. What we're looking for is something we can use to append text to another draft. And this could be useful where if you wanted to keep a list of certain things, or if you wanted to have it as a journal and you want to just keep adding things to the bottom of it. So that's why you use append. So let's go to this action list over on the right hand side here and tap on the button at the bottom where it says there's a little plus. And we're going to visit the directory. So let's go to the directory, and this brings up a web page, and in the directory we're going to look for something to do append. So I've clicked on append and press enter to do a search, and we're looking for append to draft. That will do the job, so let's just tap on that there. And to get this into our drafts application, all we need to do is to tap on install. So I'm going to tap on install, click on open, and we're going to say where we want to put it. I'll put it into this one with a little book on it. And as you see, it's been added to the bottom of the list there. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to do something with this draft so that the text that we add in a new draft will be appended to the draft where we want it to go to. So let's create a draft that will be the recipient of the text each time we use the action. And I'm just going to go to this one here, and I'm going to copy the UUID into the clipboard. Okay, that's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this thing at the bottom here where it says append to draft, and I'm going to slide across to the right, and we're going to go into the script and tap on this here and go in there to edit. And see where it says enter your UUID between these quotation marks. That is where we're going to just put that UUID that I just got. So let's click on paste. So there's the UUID for that draft that we're going to add stuff to, and I'm going to click on save. And just go back to the steps and go to edit action. And another thing that we want to do with this here, make sure that it says on here that it's going to archive. It could be for nothing, it could be for default, or we could send it to the trash, or we could just have it ask us where we want it to go to. So let's just click on archive for the moment, and we're going to assign it a tag as well. I'm just going to put the list tag in there, and you could also put journal in there if it's going to go to a journal. Whatever you're going to be using it for, you want to start putting some tags in there, and it's good to have these tags going when you are doing it automatically. Changes are saved. Let's click on done. Okay, so let's just push this over to the archive folder because we don't need that in front of us at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new draft, and we're going to make a list. So 1 and 2 and 3. So there's 3 things on our list. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that button that says append to draft, and it's appended to the draft. How do we know it's appended to the draft? Well, let's go to the archive, and is our list of stuff, and we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3 stuck down at the bottom of our list, which is good. So let's just go back into our inbox again, and we'll do a new one again just to show that it is working there. So we can put other things in there. So if we want a heading there, for instance, so let's just put in a heading of list, and again we're going to click on this here which is append to draft, and it's appended to the draft. And we'll go to the archive again and have a look at our list of stuff. And there we got our first bit of list there that we put in there from the first append to draft. And then we've got this next bit there where we actually put in a header to go with it as well. Now what would be nice is if we could have drafts give us a date every time we add a new thing to this list of stuff. It can be done. Now this is what I did previously. So I'm going to go to this append to list, and I'll show you what I've got in there. So let's just do edit, and instead of just having one step in there, we've got 3 steps in there. And the first step is there to go to the beginning of the draft, and this beginning of draft JavaScript, I got that from another downloaded action. So this bit of text here is just basically a script which takes the cursor to the top of the draft. Okay, so that's what I've got in there. Let's go back to the steps again. I've got insert text. And the text that I want to insert is I want to have a space. So 1 line of space there. Then on the next line I want to have a header, so I'll give it a header, and then I want to put the date in. So this here is what we use to put the date in. We've got the 2 square brackets at the front and 2 square brackets behind, and that will automatically put in a date for us. So let's go back to steps again, and then to finish off here, what we've got here in this include an action. Now the way I've done this here is to include an action, append to D, which is append to draft. Now this is probably not the best way to do it, and it would be far better if we did it another way. So let's come out of this here. We want to go to the beginning of a draft. So let's just go to edit, and this is just the one step of the script. Let's go into this bit here, and we'll go to edit, and I'm going to do Command A to select it all, Command C to copy it to the clipboard, and click on cancel. Just come out of that. We don't want to make any changes to that at all. That's something that needs to be left there. So click on done. Let's go back to the one we're working on, the one that we're changing. Okay, so append to draft, this is the one we're working with there. So let's go back into this here, edit, and we've got 2 scripts in there so far, and we want to put another script in there. So let's just do this other script. So let's just put this script in there first of all, and we're going to click on edit, and let's select all of that, select all, and then I'm going to do paste. So this is the one that takes it to the top of the document that we're working on. So let's save that, come out of that, and steps, and I've got to get rid of one of these because I've got 2 here which are actually the same. I made a mistake there, didn't I? Silly me. So let's get rid of one of these, and it can be this one here. So let's just delete that, and then we're going to put in another action. So this other action we want to put in there is the one where we're going to put in some text. So we go to this one here and insert text. So the text I want to insert is I want to have a space, so there's a line in between, a line of nothing in between the previous addition to the draft, and then I want to have a header. So let's just put in the 2 header, that's marked down, and then we're going to go for the date. We've got to go to the top of the text first, so that's the script to go to the beginning of the draft. Then we want to insert the text, which is that one there, and then finally we want to use the script there to take the contents of the draft that we're working on and put it into our ongoing sort of draft that gives us our journal, our list, or whatever else. It could be a whole lot of ideas that you're working on, whatever. Okay, so let's click on save and click on done. Okay, so let's go back to our inbox. You've opened up your drafts application, and what we've got there is an empty draft, and we're going to make our list. So it's going to be a groovy list. Okay, so this is what we want to add to the bottom of our list. So this time we're going to tap on the append to draft, and this one should work. We haven't tried it yet, haven't tested it, so let's give it a go. And we've appended it to the draft, and what we was working on there has been put into the archive. Let's go into this here, change that to a lowercase d, save and exit. Okay, now it's going to work. So let's go back into our inbox. We've starting fresh with a new one of these here. We can just put in some text to start with. So this is going to be our list. So we've got list number 1, 2, list number 3. So, and we can even put in number 4. Great stuff. So now we want to go to this thing at the bottom here, append to draft, and it's been appended to the draft, and as we expected, the one that was working on has been put into the archive. Let's go into the archive there, and we'll go to our list of stuff, and you can see the one that we just put in there, it's brought in there the date, which is done in this format. We got the year, month, and then day. Then it's got 1, 2, 3, and then great stuff. So that's how you can use this to do some actions, get some actions from the action directory, and make some changes to make them your own. So this is Dave Allen for Good and Geeky, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye now.